Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ietsie Klein Podcast. I'm your host, Hat Trader. Today is not my usual Sunday. Not that Sundays is that usual anymore. um, I am sitting here recording on Saturday, and today is Knit in Public Day. So I just got home from the Naughty Habit event that was held at Ouma Isie's. So I want to talk about that and then also give a bump back update of all of my projects over the past few weeks. So I was a little bit absent, partially because of being a little bit sick, having a bit of flu, not feeling too well to record, and partially because the dopamine wasn't there, the list, shall we say. So yeah, last weekend was quite a bit rough for me. We had a personal event that happened, and yeah, it was not going to happen. But yeah, so this morning I went to Ouma Isie's, which is in, I think the area would be Irene, but it's there close by railways and just off the Jan Botha, I think, off ramp. Lovely venue. It's got wide open expanse. It's basically on a plot, and beautiful, beautiful venue. They were heavily overrun by all our yarnies. The poor waiters probably have blisters on their feet after today. But it was great fun. It was really cool to see everyone. There was the usual crowd that I see at the yarn room, and then also the other usual crowd that I see at the Stipmark usually. And it was really lovely to see everybody together. And I made some new friends as well. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. There was a ticket price attached to it. So there was a breakfast buffet included, which was lovely. It was not super expansive, but just enough to fill the belly. And they have fantastic coffee as well, of course. So Naughty Habit was there, as well as the Yarny Corner and or Bethany Yarns. I'm not sure under which label they trade more prominently, but yeah. And yeah, so I purchased a few things from Naughty Habit. So let's talk through those first before I show you my projects, because I really want to use them, which is why I'm recording today, not tomorrow, because after this video, I'm going to start using them and you'll see why. So I got a nice big dramatic bag. Thank you, Uncle Louis. So I finally bought something that I have been eyeing for, I want to say months. It's probably been months, but it is this stunning neon gradient pack. So Jalen used the smaller pack, so it was from the yellows to the pinks. She used in her Stephen West last year, and it is gorgeous. Highly recommend to go to her profile to go check that one out. But this one includes the blues as well. So I am rearing at the bit, super excited to use this. I'm glad that I finally got to get this, and very big shout out and thank you to Tani Mincy, because last time when I saw her at the Joburg Stipmark, I told her that I desperately want to buy one of these, but she was out of stock at that time. And she said, "Oh, it's fine. I'll make you some more." And I'm like, "But I don't want to like impose on you." And then just a few days before the actual event, she sent me a photo saying, "Hey, look what I'm packing." So that was super cute. Thank you, Tony Vinci. I really appreciate the effort. I also bought some skeins. So these are 2 sock sets. They are sisters, not twins, although they look very similar, but you can see the slight variegation. So this one's, the main skein is a little bit brighter, and this one, the main skein is a little bit more orangey. But yeah, I love them. When I saw them, I nearly bought all of them. I had to tell myself, no, but the other people also need some access to this lovely yarn. But yes, I love these. They are gorgeous. I'm very much in love. No idea what I'm going to make with these. But man, they are like my soul in a skein, and I love it. It's beautiful. Then I also bought what I've called the highlighter, and I love it. It is a very neon greeny yellow skein. It is on Naughty Habits queso base, so it can be socks, it can be anything else, it can be anything. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this either. I just loved it because it's so bright and fun. And I also went back to buy more stitch markers, and you can't buy stitch markers without yarn, even if you've bought yarn just before buying set stitch markers. I don't make the laws, I just follow them. So then the set stitch markers, there's a whole bunch. So I got some colorful hedgehog needle stoppers, as well as the size of these packages have split because I've been shaking them around so much. Some rabbits, and then some more rabbits, and then some more rabbits but with different colors, and then some more rabbits. Can you tell I'm busy going into my rabbit era? Last time it was frog era, now it's rabbit era. And then since it is June, I also got some rainbow and pride related stitch markers, which I think is really cute and I love them. Cool. That's all my purchases from today, and I am really excited to use this yarn. I need to go and look at patterns to decide, because I've got quite a few ideas, especially for these minis, because these minis have been living rent-free in my head since Yalian's shawl. I don't think I would make the Steam and Wear shawl like she did, but I think something in that direction where it's like flows of different colors and like a more muted color to bind them. I'm not sure what I would use, but I do have quite a few options in my stash. I have been standing here considering for about half an hour before I started the video. So there's some grays, there's some more muted blues, there's some interesting options, and yeah, we'll work it out. We'll make a plan. So now on to projects. I have 2 finished projects. So the first one is the Archetype Sweater. So I know this one has been long awaited. I started this last year in March with a little mini reel series that was quite popular about how you go about constructing a sweater and what does the different parts mean and how do they affect the end result. So this is the end result. It is lovely, stunning. She's a vibe. And I have a whole skein of this yarn left. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself for finishing this. I'm proud of myself for having a whole skein left and not accidentally having too little yarn. And yeah, I like it. The fit is gorgeous. It's very lush. The sleeves are a little bit longer than what I usually make my sleeves, but that's exactly what I wanted. So it's a little bit more fluffy, because sometimes I make my sleeve just a little bit too short because I tell myself, oh, it's going to block out. No, it won't block out. The yarn does what the yarn does every time. It's not going to suddenly get longer because there's more rows. Like, it's just going to stretch the same way. But tell my goblin brain that. No, it's going to stick. So this time I purposefully knitted it longer. I still need to work in all the ends, as you can see on my other finished object. I also still need to work in the ends. I did not feel like doing ends for the past 2 weeks or so. So they've been sitting on my dining room table just like making workies at me. My next finished object is the Vertices shawl. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I am in love with how this one came out. I'm in love with the colors. I'm in love with how it plays. I'm in love with how it drapes. I'm in love with the process of having knitted this. I love that I knitted this together with the Made by Yalian group, even though it wasn't much on her videos for this one. But yes, love it. Love the black cats. Love the hand spun. Everything in the shawl. Just full on love. There's nothing I want to change, nothing I would want to do differently next time. No notes, just 100% love. So yeah, I am in love with it. Also still need to work in the ends, but we'll get there. Then I do have some whips as well, but before I pull them out, I do want to talk about my bag. So this bag is from Lily J. I did make a post with some detailed photos of it on my Instagram, if you want to go and have a look at it in more detail there. But I love it. So as this bag is sitting here, it has 2 sweater projects. Granted, neither of them is much further than the yoke, if even, as well as an entire scarf that's in this bag. Like, you can fit so much into this bag. It's honestly surprising. What I do love about her bags as well is that she makes use of Duchess satin for some of them. And I just love that texture. And then I love the little tulip pulls. Oh, I'm getting out of breath because I'm too freaking excited. But yeah, adore this bag. It is the best. So I'm just going to take the scarf out because that is a long time gone and forgotten finished object. Been wearing it for like 1.5 years or 2 years now. So the first finished object, I'm going to start slowing down a little bit so I can catch my breath. The first project is the Alpen Glow that I'm working on again. So you guys have seen this one before, but I did it in gray for the details here. So it was sitting next to my bed for quite a while, and I was thinking, something's not sitting right with it. I'm not sure what it is. It's not my vibe. And then I realized it's because the gray was a little bit more muted and subtle. So I'll put up a photo here just to remind you guys what that looked like, because I ripped it back. So there's no side-by-side comparison for this time. I ripped it back to just before the color work, and then I started using this lovely purple that I also got from Black Cat. Contrast is much, much, much higher, but I feel like with the purple and this witch's brew color, it's lifting the whole thing's mood quite a lot. And it's like very playful now, and I enjoy that. So yeah, I am obsessively knitting on this right now. It's what I've been doing all of yesterday as well as today. Yeah, lovely. I am in love with the 1x1 colorwork section. It's gorgeous. So yeah, the other thing that was annoying me about this particular sweater is that there is mosaic sections that's after this piece of colorwork now. And the way that it's written is that you have knit for the mosaic. You don't have any purls. So that means that you have like a bit of a texture in the fabric, but your eyeball is only seeing knits. So for me, it was very jarring, can I say? Because it felt like this is pulling weirdly and I don't like it. So I think what I would do when I get to the mosaic sections again now is to rather make use of purls for the second row than to knit it all, because then that would stand out more. And I think that with that texture difference, my brain will see the texture difference rather than the weird pulling knit stitches and go like illegal. Cool. So the next project is Ferun, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's Ferun. It is a fisherman's rib project, a cardigan as normal, well, as expected, because doing fisherman's rib in the round is also illegal in this house. Because we don't do knit rows for no good reason, pearl rows for no good reason. So this yarn is the Goth Barbie that I got from Black Cat in my last video. I can't believe it's been so long since my last video, but it is literally the one just before this one. So this is the Goth Barbie together with a skein of pink yarn that I've got from her before. I can't remember the name. It is here though. Let me just pull it out. There we go. Fae Fire. So this pink skein. So the way that this Ferun design works is that you've got the contrast color on the shoulders as well as a little bit in the beginning of the sleeves. And then at the bottom, it goes into a bit of a fade. So you're supposed to have 2 additional contrasting colors. I'm going to have just one, and that's okay. She got pulled here. Ooh, I'm going to have to fix that later. So yeah, I need to start using needle stoppers because that's why that happened. My needle's committing crimes in my project bag. You want to see? Look, this is what happened. See that little thready got pulled a little bit? That's because there was 2 projects in my project bag. So then there's 4 times the needles where one of them can just whoop, and pull a little bit of a thready. So, but it's fairly easy to fix. You just pull the threads on either side until it looks better. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the contrasting colors. So for me, I'm just going to use the pink at the bottom because I've got 2 skeins of that. So it's going to be more pink, but it's a lovely pink. And I think it works fantastically with Goth Barbie. And I'll also see how far it goes because I'm going to prioritize using up the Goth Barbie rather than trying to have the pink be where the pattern says it should be. So I'll see how far I get with that because I must say with half fisherman's rib, you get quite a lot of fabric for not a lot of meters. If you ever have yarn where you only have a few skeins and it's not enough for a normal knitted garment, have a look if you can find a similar one in fisherman's rib and see what the meterage is. You'll be surprised. I'm always surprised. And yeah, so that's my 2 whips that I'm currently obsessively working on. Everything else is in the back burner. And yeah, so this weekend, when I say this weekend, I mean this coming weekend from when you are watching this video, the 21st of June. Black Cat is going to have a pop-up at the yarn room. So please do come through, come hang out with us and see her lovely, lovely yarn. I can honestly vouch for the beautiful colors and loveliness of it. She has dyed a sock set specifically for the event. So it is this beautiful, I want to say bergamot kind of pink, mauvey, purpley variance color. And then it's paired with like a very soft, like it's the pink that makes you think of a mother, I think. It's a very warm pink. That's the contrast color. And yes, you got to run fast to get that one because I will definitely be buying at least one, maybe more than one. And others also, I know, eyeballing that one hard. So I'm very excited. And yeah, it will be a lovely event and you can come hang out with us. So yeah, I think that's about it for this episode. Thank you so much for coming to listen to me ramble about my yarn and all of my various projects and getting full and well out of breath from excitement. It was really fun hanging out with you. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.